The drama surrounding Janet Jackson and the long-whispered rumor of a secret child isn't just celebrity gossip anymore. It's an emotional saga rooted in the shadows of fame, betrayal, and generational silence.
Do you have a secret sister?
I believe I do have a sister out there.
This isn't your typical Hollywood conspiracy. It's a deeply personal, emotionally charged narrative that has haunted Janet Jackson for decades, fueled by fragmented truths, conflicting memories, and a family legacy that has always straddled the line between greatness and mystery. The whispers started in the 1980s, and somehow, despite the passage of time, they've only grown louder, more persistent, more painful. And now, with the resurfacing of confessions, denials, and heartbreaking speculation, we're faced with a question that refuses to go away. Did Janet Jackson have a secret daughter? And if so, where is she now? It all began during the early years of Janet's meteoric rise. At just 18, she married singer James DeBarge in what many called a whirlwind romance. The marriage was short-lived, annulled after a single year, but it birthed the legend that Janet became pregnant during that time, gave birth in secret, and quietly gave the baby away. This child, according to persistent speculation, was raised outside the public eye, possibly by the Jackson family or by another trusted inner circle member. The timeline matches, the secrecy aligns, and the questions, well, they've never stopped. Janet Jackson has always been a master at maintaining control of her music, her image, her voice. But when it comes to this alleged child, that control has slipped again and again. In her 2022 documentary, Janet finally addressed the rumor directly, attempting to put the speculation to rest. "They were saying I had a child and kept it secret," she said, her voice calm but weary. "How could I keep a child from their father? I could never do that. That's not right." And yet, the words left a crack. She didn't say definitively, "I never had a child." She said she wouldn't hide one. Because when you trace the origins of the rumor, the details are uncanny. Janet, during her time filming the show Fame, reportedly began gaining weight, a natural consequence, she explained, of beginning birth control. But fans and cast members began speculating. Was it the pill, or was she pregnant? Debbie Allen, who worked closely with her during that time, said Janet was on set every day, working hard, showing no signs of pregnancy. "Where was the baby?" Allen asked pointedly. "Nobody saw a baby." But those words, instead of quelling the theory, only added fuel to the fire. The absence of evidence became its own kind of evidence. The rumor took a deeper, more unsettling turn when people started naming possible, secret children. Some fans pointed to Brandy Jackson, the daughter of Janet's brother Jackie, born in 1982. They noted that she looked suspiciously like what a child of Janet and James might look like, and that her age matched the alleged timeline of the pregnancy. Others fixated on Savannah Jackson, Randy Jackson's daughter. Again, the resemblance was strong. And in a family known for protecting its privacy, the idea of raising a child as a niece or cousin wasn't that far-fetched. But perhaps the most emotionally raw revelations came from the DeBarge family themselves. In 2017, James' sister, Bunny DeBarge, went public with her version of events. And it wasn't speculation, it was conviction. "I saw Janet with a baby bump," she said. Not only did she believe Janet was pregnant during the marriage, but she insisted the entire DeBarge family had long believed that a child was born and hidden. Bunny described the sorrow her family still carries, particularly James, who has been tormented for decades by the belief that he has a daughter out there. Someone he's never met, someone who may not even know he exists. Bunny went further. She suggested that the child wasn't just given up to strangers, but raised within the Jackson family itself. Protected, shielded, absorbed. A child raised like a cousin, an extended family member, never told the truth. A child who, one day, might stumble across an article or documentary and begin to ask questions no one was ready to answer. And for James, the pain never ended. Despite the years, despite the lack of hard evidence, he never stopped believing that he fathered a daughter with Janet. He's spoken out multiple times, his voice always hopeful, always fragile, clinging to the idea that maybe one day, she'll come forward. That maybe one day, he'll get to know her. There are some who believe Janet never had a child. That the rumors are the byproduct of a celebrity culture obsessed with drama and scandal. That the pregnancy speculation was just a misunderstanding fueled by weight gain and tabloid obsession. After all, Janet was barely 19, a young woman thrust into the brutal spotlight of fame, marriage, and personal upheaval. Couldn't it have all just been smoke? Yet others argue that Janet has a track record of secrecy, that her ability to hide major aspects of her personal life has been proven. 4 years, she hid her marriage to Rene Elizondo Jr., and only when he filed for divorce did the world find out. If she could hide a husband, could she not hide a child? Even die-hard Janet fans are divided. Some defend her fiercely, convinced that this is nothing but baseless slander. Others, quietly, admit they've always wondered, because the pieces of the puzzle, while incomplete, don't feel like random noise. They feel like echoes of a truth too painful to face head-on. Some even theorize that Janet may have experienced a miscarriage, and that her silence is one of mourning, not deception. That she didn't hide a child, she lost one. And the trauma, still raw, is why she avoids discussing it. If this is true, then the decades of speculation aren't just invasive, they're cruel. But Bunny DeBarge remains steadfast. In interviews, her voice trembles as she describes James' pain, the way he spiraled into addiction and mental health struggles, the longing that never left him. She says the child may not even know she's a DeBarge, that she might be living a normal life, unaware that her biological parents were once two of the biggest stars in music. The speculation isn't going away, especially in an age where internet sleuths are more powerful than ever. Every photo, every interview, every timeline is analyzed, dissected, theorized. Fans post side-by-side comparisons of Stevana and Janet. Others quote old lyrics, reading between the lines. Some even comb through court records and hospital archives, desperate for any trace of truth. And perhaps that's the saddest part of all, that a deeply personal story, whether real or imagined, has become a spectacle. A story that began in the tender uncertainty of youth has now become internet entertainment, tabloids fodder, YouTube commentary. And Janet, for all her strength and privacy, is still haunted by it. You can hear it in her voice, see it in her eyes. She's not angry. She's weary. She wants peace. But the world won't let her have it. And maybe, just maybe, she's still hiding a wound that never fully healed. So now we ask you, do you believe Janet Jackson truly had a secret child with James DeBarge? Or is this all a case of misunderstood history and invasive speculation? Could the Jackson family have shielded a child from the world? Or are we reading too far into coincidences and broken memories? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.